30 years have since passed, and while a whole lot has changed, the song remains the same. The Wolf still rocks.
Hey there, it's Brian Ellis, morning show host, 101.5 The Wolf. We continue our video series celebrating the Wolf's 30th birthday. We launched The Wolf on February 14th, 1992. This guy was along for the ride for a majority of the 30 years. He's been with us for a long time. Way back. It's promotions director, Carey Walker. Hey, Carey, thanks for joining me. When did you join us at The Wolf in the beginning?
I was probably there at the beginning, but I wasn't working for the Wolf. I was friends with yourself and program director Bob Harris and a few members of the staff. I wasn't really working there, but I was kind of, you could say, a hangers-on, however you want to say. And I was at the night at Careys in February 14th in 1992, but I got this job in January of 95.
Okay, January of 95. Promotions director, that's been, what you've been doing since 95. And boy, you've seen a lot of different changes in things we've given away over the years. You've seen a lot of changes like we all have with our Wolf logo, our Wolfwear in the past 30 years. Is there something for you? I know there's probably so many, but is there something for you that sticks out as a major memory for you from the past your time with the Wolf?
There's a few major memories. There's quite a few memories, as you're probably guessing. But the big memories I have are the Wolf traveling road shows back in the day, when we'd have 1,000 people in an arena and a service club would hire us to be there, and there'd be 1,000 people dancing and drinking and rocking out to the Wolf in like Camelford and Hastings and Warkworth and those kind of places. Then the other big memory is you and I worked on this project was in the early 2000s was the When to Get In concerts.
Okay, so for anyone that maybe wasn't with the Wolf listening at that point in time, tell us when those concerts started, and then we can run through some of the bands.
They started, I believe, 2002, 2003. I'm saying, so I'm aging myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And we had them at the Trent Winds Ballroom, which is still there, but it's kind of under decay.
Yeah,
is a pleasant way to put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. We had 800 people in the the ballroom, and you had to win to get in.
So the first concert we had was Blue Rodeo. We actually had Blue Rodeo 2 years. And
In a row, yes.
And 2 years in a row. And that first concert, because it took a lot of work behind the scenes to make a concert like that happen, and to make a contest like that happen. And I know for a fact you had people coming out of the woodwork saying, "How do I want tickets? How do I win tickets? I need to get into this show."
Yeah, exactly. And it was from people. There was various people from various ranges of society that were coming out and saying, "Hey, I want tickets. How do I get tickets?" And people I hadn't heard from in 20 years asking, "How do I get tickets?" And
yeah.
But it was pretty exciting for all of us to be part of something like that, especially when the artists that we actually had in a very small room.
And then we had Collective Soul, which was a pretty big get at the time, to have a band like Collective Soul come to Peterborough and play. I really like your story about the airport.
The airport. Yeah. So we, after all, a lot of arranging and so on and so forth, we knew the band was coming from New Jersey. Some members of the band were coming from New Jersey. Some members were coming from Atlanta, Georgia, where they're based out of. So you had two members, Ed Rowland, who's the singer, the songwriter, the main frontman of Collective Soul, and Will Turpin, the bass player. And they were flying in from Atlanta to Pearson International Airport. So I talked to you because you were helping out arranging all this. And I said, okay, we got to get somebody to go up and get these guys at the airport. And I think you said, again, we were getting a limo. We had worked with Basso Limousine at the time. And I asked Don if he would mind driving up there to pick up the guys. He said, yeah, no problem. But I said, okay, do you want to go? He's like, no, because you know them better than I do. what they look like and so on and so forth. So I'm driving up there in the back of a limousine, picking up two guys from Collective Soul. And I'm standing at the arrivals gate and everybody's coming out except for the guys from Collective Soul. I'm thinking, oh no, don't tell me they missed a flight.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they missed a flight. So that actually, then they came out. The last two guys that came out say, hey, I'm Carey. I say, hey, no, it was great. Got in the limo. And then I asked them, like, there wasn't much chatter because they'd been up a lot lately that morning or early that morning. And they said, you guys hungry? I said, yeah. I said, what do you feel like? I say, I don't know. Do you have a Wendy's here? I said, yeah. So we pulled over in a limousine in Bowmanville. And there is a Wendy's just off the 401. So we're going into, I'm going into a Wendy's with Ed Rowland and Will Turner from Collective Soul. And people were wondering, who are these guys?
Yeah. Out of a limo. Yeah.
Out of a limo.
Yeah.
And so then I got them, and then they had a little bit of a snooze, and we got to Peterborough. I don't know if you know this story or not, but I was taking them to the Holiday Inn where they were staying. And we were going down George Street, and they looked over at Lily Lake at Dale Quarry Park, and they said, well, that'd be a really cool place to play. At Dale Quarry Park. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
But that was about the basis of the story of the limo in the airport. So that was fun.
We need to have them get in touch with Peterborough Music Fest and say, hey, Collective Soul, are you still interested in playing? Because, if you adjust your price just a little bit, we can probably make it work. Because I know we got them for a steal, so it was great to have them. The other thing that's been cool about the Wolf over the years, we had Wolfstock. And for those again not in the area for Wolfstock, those were pretty fun festivals too.
Yeah, they were pretty good. We did those after the Win to Get In concerts pretty much had run their course, and we did that at Beavermead for a few years. We had some great bands there, like we had My Darkest Days back in the day. We had, I think, Colorado, Big Wreck, Wilcox was there.
Yeah,
our friends the Kings were there. I think Arkells played there, maybe.
Yep, I think
Arkells played there. So so we had it at various locations at Beavermead.
Yeah,
so it was fun.
Yeah. The other thing that as I've been talking to former announcers and folks like yourself that have been with the Wolf for years, is the fan base for the Wolf as a radio station. I mean, we could not ask for any better listeners, because when we go to events, my God, always so nice,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we've gone to quite a few events where and I don't know if anybody's touched on the early road shows in Belleville at Dolan's.
Yeah
Where you show up with a bunch of CDs and some CD players, and there's a lineup down the street, and we're just showing up to DJ a party, and you can't get in. The place is jammed at like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, the first one we did in Belleville at Dolan's, which is downtown Belleville. We walked in. I'm not sure if you were with me for that one or not, but I walked in with whoever it was with, and it was 7 o'clock. And we walked in, bags of CDs and CD players and shirts and things. Every table is full. It's standing room only. We walk into this loud, ow! And we're looking around going, and keep in mind, like, this is in the very beginning of the Wolf, 92. So, we're all not that old. And it just caught us all off guard. You're looking around thinking, okay, I guess we need to get rolling here. Let's get going. And, to this day, I mean, you and I have both made friends of listeners of the station that we're still friends with today.
Oh, absolutely. That kind of gives you a little bit of an in-depth of to the the way people are, the way the listeners are turning into great people, and of course the fan base has just been, well, I should say listener / fan base. It's very, very loyal, and we appreciate that, as some other of your guests may have tested that. They're very, very loyal. We appreciate what their dedication to the station.
So yeah, you are still program director with us. You do have a promo assistant, Brigitta, and
Actually,
you're.
I'm promotions director. Don't give me a
What did I
raise.
say?
You said program director.
Oh, did I say program? No, sorry.
Don't give me that title.
Our
No.
current program director, Rob Sagan, is going, what? Wait, what happened? Am I out?
Missed that
Promotions
memo.
director, you and your assistant promotions director, Brigitta, you guys do a great job. And boy, I'm just looking forward to spending more time with the Wolf and bigger and better things.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Giddy's great, and we're glad to have her, and she does a great job with us in the promotions team, and
Yep.
and we appreciate everything that everybody does with us and partnering with us, and to make things bigger and better as always.
Carey Walker, promotions director, not program director, promotions director. Thanks for reminiscing about 30 years with Wolf.
Thanks, Brian.